Okay, so if you want to grow your hair, if you want to stop breakage, if you want a healthy hair, then you need to listen up. Okay, so you need to be staying till the end of the video. Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, 3 weeks to be exact, since I uploaded my last video. Well, I have been busy. Your girl's been taking care of some stuff, and now I'm back, and I promise to be more consistent with the uploads. Now, talking about coming back, I would just like to welcome my friends who just came back from overseas, who were stuck out there. I am so happy you guys are back and safe, and I do wish the ones that are still out there, I do wish you a safe return home, and I will be praying for you. I'm hoping and know that you will actually be returning home soon. If you don't already know, my name is Nandipa. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Now, before we begin, let's clear some things out. Okay, so the first thing I would like you to do is I would like you to press that subscribe button. Okay, hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload my next video. Today we are going to be talking about something that's very important. Okay, so if you want to grow your hair, if you want to stop breakage, if you want a healthy hair, then you need to listen up. Okay, so you need to be staying till the end of the video, because I am going to be sharing some very important information for you that will save you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of everything. Okay, so we are going to do things right. Got it? Today's video is about hair porosity. What in the world is that, you're asking? So basically it's simple. Hair porosity is your hair's ability to absorb as well as retain moisture as well as some oils. Now this is actually very, very important. Okay, so like I said, we all want gorgeous hair, but we do want to save on money, we do want to save some time, and we don't want any headaches, basically. So this is why I am doing this video. You will thank me later. That's okay. Not now. Thank me later. I'll be waiting right here. Okay, so let's talk about porosity. Okay, so to help you understand porosity a little bit more, you need to understand the hair structure. So the hair structure has 3 layers. We have your cuticle, we have your cortex, as well as we have the medulla or the medulla, whatever rocks your boat, however you want to pronounce it. Basically, your cuticle is a tough protective layer that is protecting your inner structure. It also consists your smaller cuticles which overlap each other, similar to your shingle on a roof, or the pine cone petals. Yeah, that's more similar to that. That is basically how your cuticle is laid out. And then we also have the cortex. Now the cortex is the middle structure. Now the cortex is actually responsible for the strength, for the elasticity of your hair. It is also the area where when you do your chemical treatments, when you do your coloring, whatever treatments that you do on your hair, that's where it all takes place, in the cortex. We need to keep you informed over here, okay, so you know what you're doing and why you're doing it and which area of your hair it affects. That's very important. Now the medulla is your innermost area that consists of round cells that is only found on coarse, thick hair. So not everyone has the medulla or the medulla. Like I said, pronounce it however you want. That's quite okay with me. Now let's get on to porosity. Now you have to understand something. Your porosity of your hair can change. It is not something that is set on stone forever. What affects the porosity of your hair is environmental changes, whether you apply heat to your hair, chemically treating your hair, your relaxers, everything that you do to your hair will affect your hair porosity. So don't think that you have the set porosity. Let's say if you have low porosity, that is going to stay forever. No, your hair changes. The age also affects your porosity. The length of your hair affects the porosity. And you can also have 2 different types of porosity at one time, which makes sense because when you do things like coloring your hair or relaxing your hair, you have your growth, which is like your virgin hair, and then in the ends it seems a little bit more different in texture. So you can have two different porosities in one time, at one time rather. Okay, so I have done some drawings just to so you get a picture of an understanding rather of what I'm talking about when I talk about the different types of porosity. Don't judge me, I am not an artist, I do not know how to. But anywho, you will understand it. So let's get down into the three different types. There's three different types of porosity. Back in the days, or they actually still do it, they used to grade. It used to be, porosity used to be graded from grade 1 up until grade 5. I think they still do it for hair coloring, because that's what mainly it was done for. I think they still do it, so they grade. It's grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. Grade 1 being your virgin hair, never been touched. No heat. No coloring, nothing shiny, smooth, tight cuticle layer, so that will be your grade 1. So now they have changed it, or some people have changed it. I don't know who changed it. People with curly hair, they said change it. So they decided there is now three different types of porosity. We have low porosity, we have medium or normal, and then we have high porosity. So these are my three wonderful drawings that I have done. Or the medium porosity, that is the perfect hair, so it requires very little maintenance. Your hair absorbs moisture, it retains moisture. When you color your hair, everything is just easy, everything is just perfect. Okay, so that is what we all want, your medium or normal porosity. However, we do have the other porosity, which are the ones I'm going to be focusing on. The first one is your low porosity. Now imagine a Christmas tree. This is how I drew it. I imagined a Christmas tree. Okay, so if you look at the low porosity, you can see the cuticles. They are a little bit tighter, okay, slightly tighter together. So this means that when you're trying to apply moisture or water to it, it does not take in a lot of moisture, or it's very difficult to actually absorb the moisture. So ask yourself these questions if you're trying to really understand it. When you apply the water, does it absorb in, or does it just sit in on your hair? Does it have a little beads on it that just stays? You know, when you're just trying to take a shower and you're standing there and you look at your water, is it staying at the top or is it absorbing? Okay, does it take longer to dry? Do you have product build-up? So when you apply your product, does it just sit and it just builds up, and does your hair feel greasy? So it's nothing, it's not absorbing. Does your hair feel like sort of like tea? Does it have any volume in it even after you've washed it or after you've moisturized it? It does not have any volume. It's just no moisture. Now you also have to remember something about low porosity. Your hair can look a little bit shiny, it can look very nice because your cuticles are tight. And then we have your high porosity. Now if you can imagine when you open up your Christmas tree. So you got your Christmas tree and now you're opening it up and you're trying to decorate. That's how I look at your high porosity. So your cuticles are far apart. So what's going to happen? When you apply moisture, it's going to absorb very easily because your cuticles are open. However, because your high porosity hair has larger holes in the cuticles, so it does not retain the moisture, it does not retain the water, it loses it just as it comes in. It came in, it loses it very easily. So this is why people with high porosity hair, they will find it dries very quick. Okay, so you apply water but it also dries very quickly. And it freezes very easily. So you'll find those people when the hair dries, if they don't straighten it, they get the you know what I mean. So your hair literally just doubles in volume and it's just unruly. It's just uncontrollable. It has lots of frizz in it. And the reason being, it could be that it's got a lot of environmental damage, but also it could be chemically treating your hair, coloring your hair too much, and not giving your hair a break, and not giving your hair the right products. Okay, so those are the 3 different types of porosity for your hair. So there are tests that you can actually do to test for your hair porosity. There's 3 different tests. We have the flow test, so have the strand test, and we have, the last but not least, we have the strand spray test. So I will show you the 3 different types of tests that you can do that will test for your porosity. The first one is your float test. Now this test, to be more accurate, you have to make sure that your hair is very clean. So shampoo your hair, wash it and dry it. Make sure you do not use any conditioner to your hair. So your hair has to be free from oils, free from product. What I have done is I took a shower, I washed my hair, and I've also taken the strands of hair from the front of my hair, and also taken from the middle as well as from the back. So don't do just one strand, try to take a couple of strands. Just to take a clear glass of water, just put room temperature water, filtered water will be very good. Take our strands of hair. I don't want to use my hands because obviously my hands have oils in them, so they can also affect the results of the test. Okay, so if you can see, don't know if you can see, but I've got different strands of hair inside of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and crank it down to the bottom, just to help to break the surface tension. Your hair, after this time, if your hair floats to the top, then you have low porosity hair. If your hair is in the middle, you have normal porosity or medium porosity. Now if your hair sinks to the bottom, then you have a high porosity. The next test, the strand test. For the strand test, you are going to take a strand from your hair, take a finger, 2 fingers, and you are going to glide up and down into the strands of your hair. Try going from the bottom all the way up, just a couple of times. If your hair is smooth, then you have low porosity. Now if you are feeling some nitty-gritties on your hair, if your hair is sort of like struggling, then you have high porosity. The last test we are going to do is we are going to do the spray test. So you're going to take a few strands of your hair and you're just lightly going to mist the hair, not too much. Now if your hair actually absorbs, if the water absorbs immediately, this means you have high porosity. Remember the little drawings? Okay, so that means you have high porosity. Now if you see that there is beading on the hair, little small beads on the hair, that means you have low porosity, so your hair is not absorbing moisture as it should. Now if you're finding that you actually, after you're spraying, you're finding these beads, but after a little while it absorbs into the hair, now this means that you have your normal porosity or medium porosity hair. Those are the 3 types of porosity tests that you can do. If you have stayed until the end of this video, I do thank you. Now I want you to comment down below, just mention banana bread, so then I will know you stayed right till the end of the video. Also comment down below and let me know what you think of the video and what you think your hair porosity is. If you have done the test, which test did you do? Try to do at least 2 tests, okay? Try the 2 tests. Make sure you watch my next video, because on my next video I will be going through the 3 different types of porosity. Now I'll be going through what products you can use in your hair, the right products for your hair, the right treatments for your hair, whether your hair needs a lot of heat, minimal heat, no heat, and basically how you can actually help to grow your hair so it becomes nice and healthy, which is what we are here for. So enough of trying everything because this person is using, let me try it. You need to know your hair porosity, and that way it will be a lot easier for you to actually grow your hair and have just healthy hair. So to be able to do this, you need to be subscribed to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload that coming video. Thank you so much again for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. Nibe nemini mnandi, ndinithanda nonke emakhaya.